Hi guys, I'm Charlie Book Fanatic. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do the mid-year book freakout tag. I just did a video wherein I told you about my favorite books I have read so far in 2016, and I thought I would update you with this tag, and I'm very excited for it. Let's dive straight in. This tag was created by Read Like Wildfire and Eli Jane. I will link both of their channels down below. I wasn't tagged by anyone to do this, but you know me, I'm a rebel. I'll just do whatever the hell I want. 1. Best book you've read so far in 2016. I will link my favorite books so far video down below, but my favorite books I have read so far were Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. Love that one, so good. I talk about it in that video I just mentioned. And also Illuminae by Amie, Kaufman and Kristoff, which I also talk about in that video. So if you want to know more about my thoughts about these books, just watch my favorite books so far. 2. Best sequel you've read so far in 2016, and I went for the 4th book in the summer series by CJ Duggan, which was Forever Summer. It was the last book in the series and it was so bittersweet, kind of. It was really sweet, obviously, but I want more from these characters because this is my favorite series ever. I can say that. And I will miss these characters so much, and it was such a good ending to this series, even though I didn't want the series to end at all. 3. New release you haven't read but want to, and for this one I'm going with The Memory Book by Lara Avery. I read A Million Miles Away by Lara Avery, but I hated that one. And then I read the premise for The Memory Book and I was captivated by it, and I am so excited for it. This book is about a girl who has a genetic disorder and she slowly starts to forget all of her memories, and she's writing down everything in a journal and just documenting everything so she can read it back when she's forgetting. 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and I think this answer is not going to come as a surprise to you. It is Gemina by Amie Kaufman and Kristoff. I am so excited for Gemina. Illuminae was such a good book, and I haven't loved a sci-fi story as much as I have loved Illuminae, and I was so surprised by it because it was so hyped, and I normally don't really like hyped books. I get really disappointed by them, but this one was so good, and I can't wait to see the new characters in Gemina and see where the story goes. Apart from that, I'm also excited for Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. It's going to be her second YA book after All the Bright Places, so I am really excited for this one as well, because Jennifer Niven has become one of my favorite authors after reading 2 books in the Velva series and her All the Bright Places, and I am excited to see how she will live up to the hype after writing an extremely great YA book that was All the Bright Places, that even got a Goodreads award for 2015. 5. Biggest disappointment, You by Caroline Kepnes. And everyone has been raving about this. It's about a stalker, and it's from the point of view of that stalker, and it's written to You, and You is Beck, who is the woman he is stalking, and I was appalled by this person. People describe it as feeling sympathetic towards him and wanting him to get the woman, but no, I was appalled by his disgusting behavior and his thoughts, and I didn't think he was sympathetic in the least, and that is why I didn't enjoy this book. I was just disgusted by this person, by the main narrator. The camera angle just changed. You will see in a minute why. 6. Biggest surprise. And I went with Emma by Jane Austen, and my tripod is a stack of books, and Emma is in that stack of books, so I had to pull it out. But this was my biggest surprise. I don't read classics that much, and this one I have really enjoyed reading. I'm actually currently reading Persuasion for the Booktubathon, which is another book by Jane Austen, obviously, and I'm really enjoying that one as well. I'm going through it so quickly, so much quicker than I was going through Emma, but it's a lot shorter as well. But I am loving these classics. I feel like I have to read everything by Jane Austen now. 7. Favorite new author, debut or new to you? Colleen Hoover. After Maybe Someday and Ugly Love, she is my favorite new author since this year, because I have read 3 of her books this year. I will just forget Confess and just erase it from my brain and just remember Ugly Love and Maybe Someday, because magnificent. 8. Newest fictional crush. And this is a book I read really recently, as recent as June, and My newest fictional crush is actually Ronan from the Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. I've just read the first and the second book in the series, and Ronan was my favourite character after the first book already, but the second book was more focused on him, and I love him. He's my baby. He's my favourite character in the series so far, and I just hope he will be alright at the end of the series. Like, I need him to be alright. 9. Newest favourite character. And for this one, it's a bit of a weird character because it's not really a character, it is an artificial intelligence, and it is Aiden from Illuminae. Again, Illuminae mentioned, 3rd time, except for the time I mentioned Gemina, but you know, the series is mentioned for the 3rd time. And Aiden was such a special character. I will always remember Aiden because he talks and thinks in such a weird way, because he's obviously an artificial intelligence and he can't feel anything, but you're also coming to notice that he is feeling an affinity for the female main character Katie, and it is so great. Aiden is an amazing character, very special, and I would like to see if he will pop up in the next book. 10. A book that made you cry. The Girl Who Fell by Shannon and Parker, which is about a girl who gets into an abusive relationship, and you get to see it from the beginning of the relationship, like when she meets the guy, to the end of it. And they remind me so much of a past relationship that I had, that it made me sob. And this was a book I particularly remember for crying about it so much, so I felt like I should mention it here. 11. A book that made you happy. A Velvet Jean Learns to Fly by Jennifer Niven. Just because Velvet Jean is so fierce, and even though a lot of sad things happened in the second book in the series, I feel like Velvet Jean came out on top, and she is going to conquer the world, and she is going to overcome all of these obstacles, and the next book is going to be great. 12. Most beautiful book you've bought this year or received. I have bought this edition of Peter Pan this year, and I adore it. I just think it's gorgeous. Never mind that I disliked Peter Pan, but this edition is beautiful. 13. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? The first book I'm going to be talking about 3 books in total. The first book I'm going to be talking about is Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Maggie Stiefvater. I have read the first book, which was The Raven Boys, in June. I've read The Dream Thieves in July, which is this month. And I want to read Blue Lily, Lily Blue. That is a tongue twister, by the way. In August, and then I want to read The Raven King in September. I will see how it works out, but that is how I want to do it. I want to finish the series this year at least, because I'm so invested in it right now, and I'm scared that I will forget the details of it in a couple months time, and then I will have to reread all the first and the second book, and I really don't feel like doing that. So Blue Lily, Lily Blue is one of the 3 books I am talking about. The second book is a review copy that I have, which is Nina Is Not Okay by Shappi Khorsandi. I'm sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. It's a foreign name, not good pronouncing names. The book is about a bit of a party girl, Nina. She likes to drink a lot, but then one night the next day she can't remember what the night before happened, and all of her friends can't fill in the blanks for her, but just a feeling that a really bad thing happened to her, which I'm going to think is rape from the premise, but I don't know, obviously. So the premise really spoke to me, and I requested it because of that, but also because of the cover. I think the cover is really cute, and it is one of the 2 review copies I want to review, but that's probably going to happen in the summer, this month probably, or next month, so it will happen before the end of the year, obviously. And the last and 3rd book is something I haven't told you guys about, but a couple of weeks ago I got contacted by Alize Press, which I couldn't find anything about on the internet, but they have published a book, and they contacted me if I wanted to review this book, and I was so excited about it because it was the first time a publisher contacted me, and they sent me Resurgence by AJ Flower, and it feels really weird but really nice at the same time. This book is actually historical fiction, and I was so happy about the publisher contacting me because it sounds like something I would really actually enjoy, because I really enjoy reading historical fiction. This book takes place in 1913 and follows a woman named Mary. Mary tries to commit suicide by crashing her plane into her parents' house because she is a pilot. Everyone thinks she has committed suicide, but her survival is kept a secret, and she gets a job as a pilot on a mysterious airship, and she is spared life at an asylum because of that. And it sounds so cool, like pilot on a mysterious airship. Sign me up for that. And the little text on the back says, we each of us have our own private hell. It's humbling to experience someone else's. Sounds amazing. And number 14 is favorite book community member, and I actually have 4 book community members I want to shout out because I love them so much. The first one is Heather from Heather Forever Books. I will link all of them down below, but Heather from Heather Forever Books, and I love her. I love the energy she has in the videos and the way she talks about books. It's just her energy and her enthusiasm about books really shines through in her videos, and she's a lovely person, and I would recommend you to check her channel out because she's just so quirky and cute. The second person I want to shout out is Amie from Bookish Amie. She is also very, very, very cute, and she has a lot of squeals and fangirling in her videos, and she tags me in a lot of book tag videos, which I really appreciate her for. And I don't know, I love her videos. I obviously watch all of her videos, but I also comment on all of her videos, which I don't do with a lot of people. Then Gina from Tome Reader. Gina is so cool. She doesn't only have a book channel, but she talks about other things as well. And recently she talked about her Lolita style, like she goes out on the streets in Lolita style, and I was so surprised by that because she never dressed up in the Lolita style in her videos, and I didn't expect her to, but I thought that was so cool. And just to see that she does have other interests besides reading, and I think her videos are really cute. She talks and cool, and she talks about comics and mangas and feminist style books, and obviously other things beside books, and I love her channel. She needs more subscribers. And the last one is Hannah from Hannah Tay. Hannah is hilarious. There is not a single video I watch by her where I don't end up dying from laughter. She is so funny. If you haven't watched a video by her, just watch it. I just laughed. I'm actually thinking about a video by her where she was sitting in the dark and it got creepier and creepier. But anyway, it's I love her. I love her videos, and I would recommend checking out all of these booktubers because they are lovely people and amazing, and it made me laugh and smile and love for the booktube community. So this was the mid-year book freakout tag. Jesus, I didn't remember that for a moment, but I really enjoyed doing it. I think this video is going to be a hell of a lot longer than I imagined it would be, but I hope you enjoyed this nonetheless. If you want to do this tag, please do this tag. Also, all of the people I shouted out, so Hannah from Hannah Tay, Gina from Tome Reader, Heather from Heather Forever Books, and Amie from Bookish Amie, you are tagged to do this if you haven't done it yet. I don't actually remember if you have done it yet. Anyway, I'm rambling on and on. If you enjoyed this tag, leave a comment down below, and thank you for watching. Goodbye!